Hey guys, what's cracking? 4 and 4 days. Anybody would think I actually enjoy doing this. Uh, what I'm going to do now is because I was going through my Twitter the other day, and I've gone from thinking there was 11 projects to 15 projects to 17. Now I know of 20 projects, and by projects I mean games with a viable game. Doesn't necessarily have to be play to earn, because there's a difference between play to earn and blockchain game. But I've just seen 10 literally come up over the last couple of days from random tweets. What I've got here is Tajama from my very first ever interview yesterday, and that's from the Sorcery video. So I was like, for me, that was so awesome, a chance to be able to do the interview. So please go and have a watch of that. That was really, really good fun for me. It was good. He offered such a great, easy talk points. We got a lot of information about it. I'm very curious to see how they go in the ignition. Their seed funding is almost finished as well. So it does sound like there's a few things that may be along the game's hub sort of section. And we're going to go over Bitspawn later on and have a quick look at that as well. And there's possibly more in the works. So tonight's not going to be just a massive news, because I did one of these videos for Solana Gaming a couple of nights ago, but we just, in crypto, there's so much happens in 24 hours, 48 hours that I'm not going to be able to keep up with all these new games popping up unless I put out quicker 10-minute videos. I keep saying 10-minute videos, but we'll see how we go. The Firelands have tweeted they're going to be going in the next 72 hours when they tweeted, and that's going to be for the beta release for the people that have got a key. I've got a key. I also have a video capture on my phone. I've got a test wallet loaded. Now we are using real funds in that, so we're going to need to send ourselves some Solana, and hopefully we get a list before the launch as to what crops that we can plant. So super, super excited. We've been told to keep expectations down low. What they're chasing is whether the wallets are connecting, whether you click to do planting and do crops, and whether they're pairing up right, whether your contracts are signing off properly, all those kinds of things. So, I mean, you can see from some of this that there's going to be a lot to it. They've had a little bit of extra time between the corona sickness and that, and hopefully they're all recovered well. Obviously, we wouldn't be having it now. But we just have a quick look here. We've seen there was a bit of a low cost on Aurora over the last couple of days. It's interesting to see the value come down rather than going up. I thought it would just gradually just stay up. Solana has come down as a value. Kagel, not a lot of trades, but at the same time, I did notice there was some rares and uncommons sold today, so lower prices. That people are snapping those up. Gamerplex, so that's for the Kinland. Now, when I head to Perth and get to interview and speak with the dev, we're going to be going over Cyber War, I believe it's called. I'm just having tweets coming around. Great launches in 40 minutes. Pretty exciting shit, really, to be on my side of it. It's really interesting. Solana have done a few tweets lately, and this one was interesting because I actually read this the wrong way. So the 0.02% listing fee was introduced as a way of preventing over-the-top listings, which at the time of launch 2 months ago could have hurt the newborn NFT market on Solana, as some of our very early users may have witnessed. Now, not that I want to stay there. So many spams coming out today. I noticed, double check where things are coming from. I noticed there was a Star Atlas scam tweet. You know what the website is, but the problem is now is that some of these scams are coming and they're actually sitting in the server of where they're spamming from. It's just people are trying to get money. You've got to be super, super careful. Every streamer, every game is talking. You've got to be safe. You've got to make sure you go to safe places. They've done some new mucking around on Solana. I know they did a link up with media, and they also to scale and speed them up a bit. This was cool seeing this today. So Solana has linked with Bonfida, allowing the naming service to come in. Still curious to see whether that goes into Star Atlas. Now, Kugel, I'm going to pull the pin out of my coins on this. I'll do it during stream because I haven't really done any kind of I don't want to make it about learning at this stage. I wanted to get content out there, but I also have been open with where I've done trades for when I got a Polish drop, and this is something that I think I'm not happy with the direction. I've put out a whole heap of questions to the devs. They were meant to get a response to me, but they concentrated on their sales. They wanted someone to shill the coins. They wanted people to get out there and do it. And I keep seeing they're going to be doing another launch in, where are we? Kugels. They're going to be doing another launch in 2 weeks, I think, for more eggs. There's no numbers. There's no numbers of exact amounts sold. There's no numbers of what's going on the list. I don't think the artwork's worth up to $500 for an egg. So for me, I'm going to be pulling out of this. I'm all for Solana gaming, but I don't want to get ripped off. Everyone's got to work out their safety line where they want to do it. Now, I'm not trying to say this is a rip-off, but for me, I'm not happy with where they're going. I'm going to be hard on the sleeve kind of guy, and I want to show the crowd how to remove money from goo when you've got it. So I've got that in my Phantom, and to be able to get that out, I need to log my Phantom into Raydium. It's in a permissionless pool there. So where you want to go into pools, you're clicking on there. You've got two lots of pools when you've got the standard pools, but we're looking for permissionless. So we click on permissionless, and we're looking for the GOO and USDC. So if I click on that, that's going to send me to the liquidity stage. I don't want to add liquidity. I want to swap it out. But the problem is I don't have funny U on my keyboard. You might not have it saved in the swap list. So if I click on that permissionless pool, I can now click on swap, and it's all set there to go. So I want to get rid of it, goes out of the bags, and it's just as simple as clicking swap. So I'm going to use this money to put into another game. I bought a, what was it, a Kaju card the other day. That was a couple of sol. I'm going to be looking at getting something out of, where was it? The Gameflex. I still don't have one of these guys for Kinland. So I'm going to be buying one of those. There's heaps coming out over the week. And I've said this before, is that I'm happy that he puts them in at a low price, and people pick and choose. If they want a Brocky or they want a Ricardo, then, they'll pay the price. So for me, I'm going to keep monitoring this, see where they go. I don't want to try and shit can things. And it's, like I've had people tweeting me, you're salty on Aurora. Look, it's not that I'm salty on Aurora. I think it could have been done better. And same with Kugel, is I'm not happy with where they're going. I've kept up content. I had good faith talking to them, to the developers, and to me, I'm just, it's too much for me. So I've swapped that out. You can see now it was as simple as swapping it out. 603 all gone, and now you see my balance is there, 220. So I can deploy that wherever else I like. Now, Antisocial Robot Club. This is an interesting one. So I've been speaking with Chief, I believe it is. Let's have a look. Am I on the right channel? I am. So Chief, where did I first come to these guys? Like I said, I've been doing research, and I've been seeing there's so many new projects opening up. I saw these guys, wrote them down on my list, and it took me a while to get into them. Then I've joined the Discord. You can see all these fucking spams. It's just shitting me to tears with the amount of spams we're getting. So that means you need to send auto turn-offs to some channels. You may have to. Now, talking with Chief, I like him. I do like Chief. He seems keen. He seems to be for Solana. I don't like that I don't see any servers in here. He's just jumped into Salisbury the other day, off of me talking to him. Salisbury plan on being a gaming hub. They plan on having services that you don't need to develop gaming code or know how to do coding or anything like that. You need to have the rules, the understanding of the game that you want to have. And I think for some NFT projects, I'm not saying it's going to work for the antisocials, but it might. So it's going to give smaller developing teams a chance to be able to go, well, let's just concentrate on getting our game. Let's concentrate on how we want to do the battles, the arenas. Are we going to make it play to earn? Are we going to just concentrate on having special arenas or, battles where they're free entry price, all those kinds of things. So if we go back into Antisocial Robot Club, you can see there, so it was funny seeing the website's antisocialrobot.club. So I've seen some plays on names at the moment. He is tweeting a lot. He is very active in his social media. Like I said, friendly guy. What I did like was it's a bit of a fun write-up on um, the antisocial robots. It talks about how they kill all the humans, then they get their own brain. I think they get something from that. They have something called R Day, um, and then it gets into more of it. I'm going to leave this up to you guys to go out and have a bit of a read. So I want to try to shorten the videos down because I know there's some people saying get more content out, but of course I'm having these half an hour long videos. So they talk about 4 specific types of robots, and they're going to be 2D. People buying the robots. There's going to be 4, 4, 4, 4. So we're seeing a lot of projects now going under 10,000. I think there's been too much demand on that. Now we'll get onto that further, but there's been too much demand on just random 10,000, bang, done, and they're sold out. This is the craze. This is where it is. And it talks about the 4 different, they've all got different characters, they've been called for different reasons. Now we get into the arena version of the game. This I've noticed, and I've been involved a little bit. Now, it's only snippets. I've been involved in a little bit of the chat, read a little bit of the chat where they're talking about possibly changing to have some kind of play to earn and have their own coin, whether they go to play on something else like Solsbury or Bitspawn, or there are potential other options coming out of gaming hubs, and concentrate solely on their crowd and having an enjoyable Discord. That could be another option. But they do talk about the tournaments. There were going to be free to enter tournaments where you had a potential chance to win a prize. So therefore, you're getting return for nothing. And then there were going to be tournaments where you staked. 4 tournament arenas. I believe it was in teams of, not teams, each tournament will consist of 8 players who face off in a bracket style format. Win your 1v1 and advance to the next round. Each bot has a relatively equal chance to win, but base form and attributes on the bot will help. They're going to be like a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing where some things beat others, some things don't beat others. A lot more detail, of course. And it does talk about the fees, the not necessarily tokenomics, but you see the breakdown of the prizes. I believe that these were 2 Solana they were coming out for. You have to double check, but you can see some of the stats here. So they've gone in and thought a little bit about the actual gameplay. So there's some of the combinations and stuff like that. Some of the items that will go into the game, NFTs. Now, I think these combinations were to pick up attributes from the 5 categories: head, hand, face, body, and feet. I've not personally gotten right into this generative NFT craze. I've bought none. So it's funny how you see now that things are slowing down and there's been a lot of scams and all these tweets and stuff. I miss a lot of that stuff on Twitter. And because I don't jump onto the Discord channels for every single channel that's opening up, I don't really see as much of the scammy side of those. It's not a part of my own portfolio. Follow us. We've got some details there. The website, Twitter, Discord. Like I said, fairly into the crowd. That's good. I like it. So that's an involvement level. Some of the people seem genuinely cool. The artwork, to me, isn't. I don't know. Like I look at this right now, and I wouldn't put into this right now if I was to see it. But it's at the end of the month, so that gives me time to have a little bit more read and to see it. They have got a time zone out there. Here's the plan. Day. The day the robot uprising is here, October the 1st, the bots are available to mint. Now, I thought this was happening at the end of this month. The site will be updated to showcase all attributes and their associated rarity value. Secondary marketplace, bots will be listed. So there's no dates here. This is just going to be the plans. This is going to be the order of events that they want to come out. I know they were doing giveaways. So from their DYOR, it's not something I want to put out and just say, oh, these are guys. They're not paying me to shill. I'm not charging for any of the kind of content I do. And I've said this on another video. If I'm going to get things doing this kind of content, it's community driven for me. That's going to go into great, and I'm going to just have them given away for events and prizes. I'm not interested in making money from this. I've got my own portfolio. Earn my own income. I'm doing this for the fun of it. It's amazing how driven the gaming crowd is at the moment. Bitspawn has been something that I noticed, and I looked at it. It's been on a few pitches. Now, what confuses me about the Bitspawn is that they were on Uniswap to start off with. So I'm like, well, how is this a Solana project? And I just stopped looking. But I noticed a tweet that they've opened a permissionless pool on Raydium. Seeing as I've got a Raydium here, let's go and have a squizzy. Pools, permissionless. What are we looking for? Bitspawn. Solpad's got a launch this week. Bitspawn, so it must be the SPWN. I understand. Now you could turn that off. Spawn for USDC. So oh no, that's for liquidity. So let's have a look. I understand. Spawn for, let's rotate that. So for example, I wanted to spend 110 bucks on that. That would get me 5,000 spawn. So it's telling you there, 1 USDC equals 45. So it's just, what's that? Just over 2 cents a coin. I don't know what it does. I'm not going to swap for it. I don't know what it does. I'm going to put my money away and put it into, like I said, I'm going to get myself something, get myself a racer. So I've got, my partner has a couple of kids, and I was thinking of buying them for them. We've got multiple wallets. They'll have a bit of fun. And, you know, children enjoy playing at games with their parents, their adults. And if they can make me some kin and some money, why not? Now, let's have a look here. Get Spawn on Uniswap. This is what kind of put a pin in me looking at them before. This is going to be, it's meant to be something about gamers making money. So I don't know whether it's a streaming platform, but it's saying here, Bitspawn is a gaming blockchain protocol built for digital athletes and social gamers. And again, it was not like it was a red flag, but to me, you know, like I want to concentrate on games that are going to be soon or now. And this just didn't tick it, but it says powered by Solana. Build a global decentralized gaming economy. That's their mission. That's what they want to do. Awesome. So Bitspawn NFTs, buy, trade, and sell digital items, exchange digital items for physical goods. Lend your NFTs out to other players and use and earn interest with Bitspawn DeFi. We're going to start seeing this more and more. People are going to start trying to give rewards to people for staking NFTs and having you hire them to other players, because you might only get a small portion, but at least you're getting something. Your NFT safe, and then that gets another player into their platform and into their game. We need that kind of stuff. I don't know what that was from. Oh yeah, okay. Bitspawn DeFi, decentralized finance for gamers. Bitspawn has created a system for players to be rewarded for the liquidity they provide in competitive marketplaces. Bitspawn DAO. Bitspawn is governed through a DAO structure. Bitspawn tokens represent voting power that can be used directly or delegated. Dynamic gaming blockchain. Is that Solana? It's as dynamic as they get. 50 to 65,000 per second. It's getting pumped. It is under the pump though. Still a beta blockchain. Serum's under the pump. You know, it's been really good to see Wags talking about this at the town hall about how exactly that. It's still a beta blockchain, and they're under the pump. They're still learning. We're still learning. We're getting errors. We're not knowing that when you buy something that it's the cost of the poster plus your fees on top. There's all these little learning things. And yes, there's going to be very small individual use cases of people having something fuck up for themselves. They're going to get their money back, or the transaction just needs to be completed on something like step finance. But you know, they might miss an auction, and we've all missed auctions. We've all missed mints. It's very charged. We are starting to see some cool shit with Raydium and Selenium doing listings for NFTs. That is very good. We needed that much earlier. All right, let's get back to Bitspawn. Dynamic gaming blockchain. Bitspawn is built on top of Solana. So I don't know whether it's another blockchain by itself, whether it's tied in. You would think that it's on Solana. The Bitspawn network is driven by the Spawn token, which provides utility in establishing a marketplace of competitive events and community rewards. Bitspawn provides the formation of a fundamentally new platform for esports participation structured in decentralized protocols. Join the beta. I don't need to, but you can see here Warzone, massive game. I don't play it. I haven't played a first-person shooter since 2002, Soldier of Fortune 2. So once we eventually get some kind of competition or shit, first-person shooters meant to be coming into Star Atlas at some stage. You're meant to be able to get out of your ship, join on a planet, and there's meant to be some version of FPS involved in that. So you see, though, Call of Duty Warzone is massive. There's competitions on great for it often. I've got my team that'll be playing Star Atlas together. The boys get on there pretty much every night. You know, we're in our 40s. We're old gamers. We've got old balls. We've been around for a long time, and they play and they just have a good yarn, talk crypto while they're shooting people. So proof of respawn reward mechanism, POR. Never heard of it? Smart contract algorithm Bitspawn utilizes as part of its blockchain structure. POR is a type of token algorithm that encourages players to compete and progress. It enables rewards to be distributed by skill-based algorithms and can be integrated with existing gaming APIs to align incentive between players, developers, and brands to spur your growth. So this might go into a little bit of what we saw with the video last night with Solsford. It's going to be some kind of a matching system. Players are going to get a rating. They're going to play versus other players of similar ratings. Someone's going to win, someone's going to lose, and their rating's going to go one way or the other. Possibly tied into coins, and maybe the game owners get a percentage of that. Maybe the Bitspawn gets a percentage of that towards fees. Gaming Oracle. So what Oracle are we using? Game data automation. So Bitspawn's protocol Gaming Oracle enables the aggregation of on-chain and off-chain game data. The integration of game data into Bitspawn SDK allows community developers to build powerful gaming applications and tools. Bitspawn provides the analytic tools to make data-driven decisions which will drive product adoption, customer loyalty, and provide innovation. We need oracles. That's crypto. That's we need the information to be new, to be quick, fast, up to date. DeFi for gamers. So where are we? Liquidity providers incentivized for their contribution with rewards, support NFT creators, gaming communities, and game developers with liquidity. The share of trading fees paid by users who use the pool to swap tokens is distributed automatically to all liquidity providers proportionate to their stake size. So you'll stake something, whether it's going to be Bitspawn, whether it's going to be NFTs. This very much looks like Sorcery, not looks like, it looks like it's going to be some kind of competitive version of it. So it's really cool having done the interview last night with Tajama from Sorcery, now to have a bit more of an idea of their project, which then leads me into having a little bit of an understanding of this project. Could be good. I'll try to keep my eyes open on whether that does anything. Now, Solana Valley, I only saw this randomly at 5 o'clock in my afternoon yesterday, and it was minting tomorrow. So I've just kind of ignored it. Like, if something comes out 10,000 generative minting tomorrow, I'm just not fucking interested. There's been so many spams for it. Now, I didn't do the research to it. It didn't advertise what the mint was quickly. So, you know, you're scrolling through, you see something, you have a look, you might write some notes down. But I didn't do my research. I didn't look at it properly. So followed by quite a few people. They now got 9,000 followers. They've just done a mint of 10,000 people. That makes sense. But they did their mint today. It took 28 minutes to sell out. So that's a lot slower than 3 seconds from Aurora. That's a lot slower than Keiju's 28 seconds on the first one, and then it was 18 seconds on their second sale. But obviously things are slowing down, which is very good. I like how it's to Solana. What triggered me to look further into these guys today was the fact that I saw a tweet there from Genopets. I like what I've seen from Genopets. I like the fact they've put a beta out. I like what they're talking. They're very active in their Discords. That sent me specifically to go and look at these guys and their project. I have tweeted to see whether I can get an interview with them possibly, but before I did that, I went and looked at their website, solanavalley.com. I had a read through this. They talk about their game plan. From my guess is they're not guess, but they're not going to release the cow anymore. So only 10,000 cow crew villages will be minted ever. Every cow will be completely unique and algorithmically generated. Each cow will possess one of the many attributes ranging from common to mythic rarity. The cows minted in this series will be the only cows in Solana Valley, and the only way to obtain them after mint will be through NFT marketplaces. We will not be generating any more of this series. So you've got to think of those two words, this series. So they won't do the cows anymore, but there's potential down the track that they will do more characters for this. 10,000 people isn't enough to keep a game going forever. No matter how hardcore they are. There's 10,000 Barndos, and that's just not going to happen. So the old Barndog is very unique, but launch Series 1. This is on their roadmap. Again, we're seeing these roadmaps without dates, and dates normally are blown out of the wind. That's why developers don't like putting out dates, because they're trying to get shit out as quick as possible, but some people are new in Rust, some people don't have the developers up to speed, up to scratch. They run short for another reason, something else changes, and they get delayed. So you're seeing a lot of roadmaps without dates for this reason. So the next stage, integrate with marketplace, then community events, distribute rewards to existing token holders. I believe they're going to be doing a pet to the people that bought a cow, so maybe a pet dog or something like that. This is what I liked, though, was seeing the About Us page. Hi, we are the team behind Solana Valley. We are a group of game developers who have previously raised funding from amazing founders and the major game companies such as Twitch, Unity, and many more. Once you actually get into the details there, Harry goes by Sententi, is a big nerd and programmer. Harry grew up playing RuneScape and made his first computer by selling RuneScape Gold. Harry got his start in the gaming industry via creating traditional marketplaces for MMOs and other games. Then it talks about Michelle, Yang, and Jemmy. Goes into good detail about them. I like this. It puts the people out there. I do like listening to the Yang one specifically. Like I played Clash of Clans for 4 years. I see Supercell. That's a trigger word for me. Loved them. They've got a shitload of games. They've got a shitload of money in it. I did a live event in 2017 with the community I played with, where we flew. I flew from Perth to Sydney, another one from Perth to Melbourne, and we actually got a donation from Supercell. Community-driven team. They make billions of dollars. Blockchain gaming is going to change that shit. You're not going to be spending, well, there's going to be more than billions of dollars come into blockchain gaming, but you can take that money out. You can go, well, okay, I've had enough of playing Solana Valley. I'm going to sell my cow on the marketplace, and I'm going to go and put my money in and get a bot in the antisocial robots, or I'm going to go and get a racer, or I'm going to even save up and get into Aurora. So, this is one of the things that blockchain gaming is going to change, but it's very good to see that these guys have a gaming background. There was, wasn't Mint now, there was another Our Vision. So they talk about the game, what they're aiming for. There was a little bit of gameplay. Now, I don't know whether Habobo Hotel, I don't know what that's from. I don't know whether that's based in the game, but being all humans in there, I just noticed the apple, maybe that was there, but I don't know where that comes from, whether that was the game. But they talked about what they're aiming for. They want to make a community game, an MMO, so multiplayer, massive multiplayer online, and be a Farmville-styled game. Are we going to see a DeFi land competition? Who knows? So that's what I'm going to try and be doing coming up further, is getting into new games, opening up. I've got these on auto tweets. My Twitter is just going nuts at the moment. I've sent a tweet to these guys. I'd be super stoked to actually have a chat. Yeah, I've done one and I'm keen to do more. Like there's so many games coming out. If anybody knows of new games that I'm not aware of, let's read out the list. So this is the thing, is what I'm saying is I've got 20 odd on the list that I have been watching now. And the list at the end: Cyber Wars, Cyber Samurai, Push Fight League, Soul Chicks, Cheesy Dizzy, Guildverse, Cry War, Guild, Soul Slimes, Chain Myth, Soul Fantasy, NFT, Lulana, Stellar Galactic Force. 13 that I've done no research on. Plus 20, 33. It's a shitload of games. Blowing up. It is absolutely blowing up. Now, when I say games, I mean blockchain games. I don't mean NFT launches, but over 30. I'm just one man. So hope you guys enjoyed, and thank your mother for the rabbits.